Can QPR get back to scoring more goals? Welcome back to Where the Super Hoops Walk with myself, Luke, and today we've got Michael and Jared talking all things QPR. Michael, have you woken up since that stalemate on Saturday?
Yeah, it's just about. It was a boring game to say the least. We had our chances, but so did they. And to be honest, I'm glad we kept a clean sheet. I think it stung the defensive confidence, but it is worrying, obviously, with Burrell still injured, and he will be for a while. I don't know where the goals are going to come from.
Yeah, that's something that we'll dive definitely into. Jared, what did you think to the game itself? Was you happy with a point on the road?
Yeah, I was actually. Performance-wise, nothing to write home about. But I feel in recent away games, especially, we've been so soft and we've been so kind of easy to get at. We've started games slowly, and I think the key is in these away games against teams in the top half, you've got to go there, make yourself hard to beat first and foremost. Don't give anything away in the first 20 minutes or so. And I thought, from a defensive point of view, the defense were outstanding. I thought Madsen had a really, really good game. I thought Hayden was good alongside him, but the attacking players for me just didn't quite do enough when they had the ball. And it is tough when you're defending deep and you're isolated sometimes, but they had to do a better job at holding up the ball to bring others into play. I think Smith, I thought Dembele were both really poor in the wide positions, and I don't think either striker had a good game. So a really good point. I think we've taken 4 points off Stoke now, and yeah, I think it's something to build on, and I just would like to see us be a bit more expansive tomorrow night.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, Stoke are in a quite a good season. I think we mentioned that in the last show. So going away from home, getting a point, I don't think that's too shabby. Something we do need to talk about though, Michael, is the Jimmy Dunn challenge. Do you think that was a red card?
You've seen him given. Obviously, the injury itself. I mean, it looks like he's broken his leg. It's one of those where I've not seen a meltdown like it after a QPR game in a while from a set of fans against us. I think this whole of Stoke's Twitter is just a meltdown saying how dirty we are and how we played horribly. But in all honesty, I think we just played like Stoke. It was an aggressive game. We gave it to them just as they have been giving it to teams for the last decade. And yeah, it could have been given, but I'll be honest, I think yellow was probably the right call.
Yeah. Obviously, you're sending best wishes if it is a broken leg. No one wants that.
Of course.
But there's no malice in it. It's a game, isn't it? It's a game between two teams trying to be competitive. And like you say, Stoke of the past are known for their nasty habits and a few little tackles here and there. So yeah, it's one of them. Jared, what did you think? Did you think it was a red card?
I thought it was clumsy. I think in the age, I actually haven't seen a proper replay. No one's posted anything on social media. When you first saw it, you thought, oh, it's just a late tackle. On one of the replays on TV that I saw, you think if that had gone to VAR, it might have been a red card. But actually, I thought there was a worse tackle in the first half when Sorba Thomas followed through on Dembele. One of those where he clears the ball and then he knows exactly what he's doing, catches him up on his knee. I don't think he even got a book in. Referee didn't even give a foul. And then Sorba Thomas leaves one on Jimmy Dunn after that tackle. And I thought his behaviour was actually worse than Jimmy. And Stoke fans can say what they want, but there was no intent. Jimmy is not that sort of player. But I just want to read some of my favourite tweets from the Stoke fans. I've got them lined up here.
Go for it.
QPR are a horrible, horrible team. No intent to attack and go for the win. Time wasting, diving, awful fouls. Should be at least 2 reds by now. I'm not sure what Matty did there. At least we don't have to watch this every week. Weekend of horrendous officials. Dreadful last night and even worse today. QPR should have been down to 9 men at least. QPR, Jimmy Dunn and the ref, absolutely disgraceful. Tough to swallow that. Clearly deserved to win, although it wasn't great. Clear penalty denied, an obvious red card for Dunn breaking Mubama's leg. QPR, an absolute disgrace. What a horrible club that lot are. Came for a draw and feigned injury at every chance. Talentless scumbags.
Christ.
So they were riled. They were absolutely rattled. And I have to say, I think that behaviour from us is something that we haven't been doing. We haven't done it. We are one of the softest teams normally to play against. And I'm actually quite pleased that they're actually showing this side, because until the referees clamp down on things, until rules are brought in to stop the goalkeeper going down so the manager can talk to them. Clubs are using it. Everyone's using it. Everyone's time wasting it. And if you can't beat them, join them, because until things are brought in, we get done every week by teams time wasting, play acting, rolling around on the floor, and it's not great to watch. But if everyone else is doing it, and yeah, it gets the point, and it rattles Stoke fans like it clearly has, and yeah.
100% rattled them, as your tweets just said. Yeah, that's mental. But you're right. You got to enjoy. You know, it's that nasty side of the game that everyone needs to do. The dark arts, they call it, don't they? You need to do it because everyone does it. That's how you get the little edges. Football is so about the minor details and little things like that. Going down so the manager can get the players over. It happens, every game across the country. So, yeah. Who cares? It's not really that big of a deal, but Stoke fans obviously clearly think it is. Another thing I want to say though, it was nice to see Edwards back in a QPR top. I know he's on the bench, Michael, but I bet it's nice are you looking forward to seeing him play?
Yeah, definitely. I hope he has an appearance against Oxford, even if it's for just 10 minutes coming on as a sub. But I have to say, Steve Cook had a good game in defence, and I'm one of the first to slag him off when he's played awfully. But he did have a good game. I think Joe Walsh, he looked assured of himself. The West Ham game probably gave him a lot of confidence, which he needed. And he's gone into the game yesterday full of confidence and kept a clean sheet. So hoping that we finally have found a keeper and he's full of confidence going into the Oxford United game. And I feel like it'd be unfair to drop Steve Cook, but I'd like to see Edwards come on. I think Edwards obviously is a step above Steve Cook.
Yeah, definitely. Nice to mention Walsh. I think me and you, Jared, last week said he had a good game against West Ham, and I think he really showed the confidence, didn't it? Football is a confidence game. He builds a bit of confidence up in the West Ham game, and he had another good game against Stoke and a clean sheet.
Yeah, and I think he would have learned a lot in those first 4 games that he played, where he looked nervous, he looked anxious, and I think the injury you never want to get an injury, but I think it came at the right time for him because I think it gave him time to kind of calm, assess what wasn't going well. We kind of changed the way that we played, which is suiting him more. So to go to Stoke and keep a clean sheet, I think is really, really impressive. I think with Jimmy in front of him, with Steve Cook in front of him, he's got that experience there that maybe he didn't have at the start of the season as well. When I think he started maybe with Mbenge and Morrison as a centre back pairing, so that's quite an upgrade having done and Cook in front of you. So I think it's his shirt now, isn't it? And I would just keep him in there for the rest of the season and see if he is good enough. But the signs are good at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Well, obviously, the Championship comes thick and fast, doesn't it? And there's another game on the horizon, Oxford United. Michael, what are we expecting from the game, and what's your score predictions, mate?
I think we need to create more chances going up top. I think if we're going to get anything out of the game, but I'd like us to get 3 points on the road, and I think we are more than capable of doing it if we play the right way. Sucker says winning 2-1. I don't think clean sheet's going to last. Yeah,
that's it. Even if a clean sheet doesn't last, 3 points is what matters, isn't it? Jared, what do you think? Is it you got to go there for looking for 3 points?
Yeah, over the last 2 seasons, the Oxford United QPR games have probably been the worst standard football that I've seen at this level. We beat them 2-0 at home last season, but the first half was as bad as anything I've ever seen in football. We beat them 3-1 away. Again, it was a really poor game. We were in bad form. They were in bad form. And we drew 0-0 with them this season at home, which fortunately I was away for. So I didn't have to sit. I actually sat through and watched it on the iPad when I was away. But so it's not been a classic fixture. I'm not holding out much hope for lots of goals. But I think if we show the same kind of strength at the back that we showed on Saturday, and maybe 1 or 2 tweaks moving forward, not that there's many options available, but I think we're capable of going there and winning. I think it'll be close. I don't think they're going to be easy. I think with the change of manager as well, it always adds a little bit of their players are going to want to impress. So I'm going to go very tight 2-1, maybe a late winner.
Okay, very nice. Then on to Wrexham, which they're having a good season. They struggled at the start of the season, didn't they? But they've they've really come into themselves. I know they lost at the weekend, but I think that ended a 10-game unbeaten run. So they are having a good season. What we're expecting, Michael, I mean, it is at home. Are we looking for 3 points? Would you be happy with a draw?
Yeah, I think it's going to be absolute cinema, to be honest. I think we're going to put on a good performance at home after 2 games away. The fans are going to be up for it, and I think it's nearly a full house already. So I'm going to see us getting the win in that game. And I'm glad James McLean's left as well, because he always scores against us. I'm expecting 2-0.
2-0. Like it. Jared, what are you thinking? Is it going to be a blockbuster?
Yeah, I think we're going to see a very different Wrexham side to the one that we played in September. I thought they were quite poor that day. They've obviously improved massively since. I think they're one of the teams that will fancy the chances of finishing in the top 6 actually at the moment, the way things are. So I think it's going to be a tough game. And I think the injuries really hamper us. Hopefully, we've got our new striker fit and available, because that will give us an option to have someone 6'4", quick, powerful off the bench will be huge. So I might go another sneaky 2-1 win with a late winner from the sub, maybe. But we'll see.
Brilliant. I mean, if that happens too, back-to-back wins, I think that'll be a very big week, especially beating a team like Wrexham, who are amongst the teams fighting for the playoff places as QPR are. So that would be a good return. Right, let's finish. Oh no, we've got A to Z next. So A to Z, we are on the letter N, which is flying through. So we'll start with Michael, and you can't do yourself, mate. So anything but yourself. What's the letter N QPR?
Yeah, I'm going to go for Jamie Mackie. I think for sort of my generation of fans and anyone who's sort of got to see him play, he was just a workhorse. He's a sort of player that in any QPR side you wish you had him in. He'd always give 100% every game. And fond memories from when we beat Liverpool 3-2, when Jose Enrique, I think, miscleared it and he ran on through and put it through Pepe Reina's legs. That was great. And also Reading away. I remember going back to school to a lot of Reading fans after he scored the winner and a 1-0 win. But yeah, he was just a class act on the pitch and off the pitch, and he's a legend. Sort of growing up following QPR, one of the players that we'd always want.
Yeah, absolute character as well, isn't he? He's one of them that he's absolute character off the pitch. Brilliant, Jared. What about you, mate?
I've gone for a double M. I've gone for Alan McDonald and Danny Maddox, probably the 2 best centre backs I've seen supporting QPR. Alan McDonald is one of the all-time great QPR players. He was Northern Ireland captain as well, QPR captain in the early 90s, and he was a proper defender. He gave his all. His reading of the game was brilliant, and even though I was 9 or 10, I can remember some of the battles that he had against players like Mark Hughes. And yeah, he was a proper leader. He died far too young, and I think QPR fans of my generation and slightly older, nearly all of them would have them in their all-time QPR 11. And alongside him, he had Danny Maddox for some of that period, who was one of the best defenders I've ever seen. He was a brilliant man-to-man marker. He used to have a specific job in some games, but again, someone that gave his all. Probably deserved to play at a higher level, maybe as well, same as Macca. But yeah, it will take a very good centre back, in my opinion, to kind of trump those 2. Yeah, proper QPR heroes they are.
Brilliant. Very good. Right, now we're ready for the tweet of the week. So, tweet of the week is about the goal scoring. Right, should we call it that? I mean, it's only been a couple of, this game's only been the 0-0, but the tweet reads, I do not see so this is from a QPR fan. I do not see where our goals are going to come from. And Michael, you mentioned it at the top of the show, obviously a Burrell injury, etc. What do you think QPR need to do to try and get the goals back flowing?
Yeah, so I think we do create chances. I think it's one of those where I think we need to have more confidence to take shots at goal, not making that final pass and just having a pop of the keeper. I think we've got the players to do that. Kone missed a sitter against Stoke. I think maybe he got dragged down a bit, but really should have got a touch and scored that goal. But going into the game against Oxford, like Jared was saying, we do have that new signing who looks like a quality player coming off the bench. And we all sort of thought, oh, Burrell, I don't know how he's going to do for QPR. He's sort of a bit of a nothing name. And I sort of getting the same impression with the striker that we've just bought. So I'm hoping that he can be half the player Burrell is and then fit the gap just nicely.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think, Jared? Obviously, you mentioned the new signing before, but anything else? Is there anything when you watch QPR? Do you think they need to put more balls into the box? Do you think it needs to move a little bit quicker? What would you like to see as a fan for QPR to do going forward?
I don't think the wide players' delivery has been anywhere near good enough. But I also think when we do get it wide, the midfield too just don't break into the box. They don't get in there. Neither wide player attacks the back post well enough either. So we do lack numbers. I think one thing that has to improve is the set piece delivery. If I had £1 for every corner or free kick that hit the first man this season, I reckon I could have paid off next season ticket. Honestly, there was one, I think, in the 88th minute at the weekend. You think, right, this is a chance. Just get it in the box when you got Jimmy, when you got Kone, when you got Cook, and Madsen hit the first man, and it just drives me insane.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. So I think that would help, but I think maybe it's the players that we've got out, the ones that can create something out of nothing. Ilyas Chair, Saito, and then Burrell as well. So I think I would be tempted to change the system as well. Maybe I know it sounds stupid for shorter goals, but I would play one up front maybe, and then have a few more just behind. But yeah, it's not too much of a concern right now. But I don't really see us scoring 2 or 3 goals in a game, or 3 goals in a game.
Yeah. Going back to what you mentioned about the not beating the first man, that is one. I have a few things that really bug me with professional footballers and how they cannot beat that. You walk down down the park on a Sunday morning and you see people half drunk still being able to beat the first man. So why can they not do it? It really winds me up. I hate that. Yeah, you think, oh, it's a chance here. No, can't beat the first man. Yeah,
and watching West Ham against us last week, Jared Bowen, every single corner was put into the exact area that he wanted, and it caused every single one caused chaos. I'm thinking, it can't be that hard, right? It can't be that hard just to get over that first player. And
I know.
Yeah, we do it time after time. So
yeah. Well, maybe that will improve, but let's hope for a nice, strong, big week. Get 6 points after by the time we next speak. That'll be brilliant. Thank you guys as always, and thank you everybody for watching at home. Please like and subscribe, and please get involved in the comments below, talking all things QPR.